So I had some extra time this week, and there wasn't other games that I wanted to play on Switch right now. So I decided to build a Living Dex. So a Living Dex is just, one of every species of Pokemon. And it goes by number, as you can see at the top of the box there. And there are different variations of it. Some Pokemon different forms, different differences in the character design and the colors and stuff like that. But the most basic form of the living Dex is just one of every Pokemon, like regardless of form, shiny, factor, gender, different regions, stuff like that. So I've basically been playing for the last 8 years. I played Pokemon as a kid and then I just stopped playing. But about 8 years ago, I got into X and Y and Omega Ruby. And I started playing again. Then Gen 7 came out with Sun and Moon. So that's when I really got into it, because that's it was the first time where I was into Pokemon when a new game actually came out. So I played 200 hours in Sun, and then another 2 something in Ultra Moon. And I went to the Battle Tower or the Battle Tree. So ever since then I was into it. Then I got Switch just to play Pokemon. And I got one of every game or series of games. So, I never really, at that time, all I really cared about was getting the Pokedex. Because I didn't have, obviously when you playing through the regular game, unless you're thinking about it, say you get a Pokemon, you evolve it, it gets registered, then you evolve it again, that gets registered. And your Pokedex, maybe you trade it away for something, or you do with different legendaries, you have one legendary and you do a touch trade with someone where you just trade legendaries and trade back to fill your Pokedex. So your Pokedex will be filled, but it's not like you have one of every species. You just have one of the final evolved form, which is fine. And that's all you really need to do to get whatever reward is in the game. But since I've been playing for so long, as I realized I basically have 90% of the Pokemon required already, just from the different games. And I have Pokemon Go, so there's a lot of different legendaries you could get from there. And Gen 7 had the Ultra Wormholes. Gen 8 had that thing in the DLC with the little pathways and the group projects or whatever. I can't remember what it's called, but there's 4 people fighting and you get legendaries. So all that stuff helped me. And the extra legendaries from Pokemon Go helped me trade for Pokemon that were not legendaries, but I didn't want to go through it a Slow King or something where you have to evolve and hold something, or a special way to evolve it. I just skipped all that. I would trade a Necrozma for a Palmy or something, I don't care, because I had all these extra ones, so it helped me save time. So it was an easier process. And over the years I've been doing all those event codes, there's codes for mythicals, or you go to GameStop and they have different stuff like that. So obviously the hardest thing in this game I guess would be mythicals, and maybe some special trade evolution Pokemon, because you have to you can't just trade it with anyone, you have to trust them or something. So I would go on Reddit or Discord. So yeah, so basically 90% of Pokemon I had. The rest I would use GTS, or a handful of trades, non-GTS trades. I have some rare Pokemon that kind of help me. If I had a doubles or something, or 2 shinies or something, I could trade one away. So that kind of helped me out, and I just reorganized everything. There's different regional forms all over the place sprinkled out. Maybe one day I might get multiple forms of the same thing, but there's so many different forms, and then there's shiny on top of that. So it's such a hassle. I just having a Living Dex, because one, now my Pokemon home boxes are organized. Because before I would keep random rare Pokemon, not realize I don't know if I needed it or not, so I just kept extra. But now I don't have to do that anymore. Everything's good. And then when a new Pokemon game comes out, I gotta transfer, whatever Pokemon I have to that new game to like help fill out the new Pokedex. So that's basically it.